Yo, what's up, everyone? Saul here, and this is welcome. This is office hours. Just a moment for me to carve out some time in the week for you guys to ask me any questions that you have. Since no one seems to be here, I'm just gonna paste this really quickly into chat. And it's been a pretty hectic week for me, so quick update from my side, and then we'll talk about the SAT. On my side, I've just been working on some projects, which are primarily because I just need to make money. So I accepted some projects for this spring, which is keeping me very very busy. It is related to the SAT. I'm like writing SAT questions, but for yeah, I'm just picking up some additional work. YouTube is not really like the first thing on my mind when I wake up. So that'll probably explain why I've done less streams for like the March SAT. But if you are here, you took the March SAT, and you are done with the March SAT. Congratulations on getting past that. Good job, guys. I know you guys have been probably studying a lot, prepping a lot, and I hope that you were able to execute on. I hope that you were able to execute on everything that you intended. That you were able to actually stick to the plan, whatever that was, and you didn't panic and you didn't change it up suddenly on test day. So make sure to reward yourself. You know, the test can be pretty high pressure, so it's good to just remind your body, that you are actually done with the SAT for now. That you have like 2 weeks until you get the score. So until then, there's no real purpose. There's no real point in just sort of panicking about your score. Just reward yourself. Buy yourself like a little drink or an ice cream or a smoothie or something. Take a walk in the park. Go hang out with your friends. Do something. I mean, it could be even like buy a book. I don't know. Depends on how much of a nerd you are. Buy a webtoon, something, right? Reward yourself and relax and let your body know that you can shut your brain off on the SAT for a moment. But for obviously, you may have some questions about the SAT, and I'll make myself available, guys. Okay, so Ivan/Even, you just took the SAT today, so I'm guessing you're in the States. You don't know how to approach Module 2, especially with time crunch, focusing on accuracy, okay, instead of time. So it depends on your target score, but I'm going to guess, let's just say you're aiming for a 700. If you're aiming for a 700, that means you can get, depends on the difficulty of that particular module, that particular day. But let's assume that it's kind of average. Then that means you can get like 2 questions wrong, maybe 3 questions wrong on module 1, and then like 7 questions wrong, 8 questions wrong on module 2. Now, you'd be surprised, like if you actually count out 8 questions in module 2, that's a lot of questions, because module 2 is only 27 questions. That's a full third of the thing you can get wrong and still get somewhere in the range of a 700, right? It's a huge number. Like if you literally just skip the 8, like if you had if you had the ability to know which questions are the hardest 8, and you decided you decided to just sacrifice them, right? Just by choosing A on all of them or B on all of them, like you'd actually gain like an insane amount of time to focus on all the other questions that you could get right. And I think that's obviously not how you actually take the test, but I think it's a good thought experiment to run, to remind yourself that actually you can get a fairly high number of questions wrong and still get a 700. Now, again, that you haven't told me, even or Ivan, if you're American, you haven't told me what your target score is, but assuming that is your target score, right? Like now you have to learn to strategize and not spend 3 minutes on question 11, and just like 3 minutes is that's a lot of minutes, dude. And 3 minutes on question 11 just to get it wrong, like you have to learn not to do that. And that's kind of the initial, at least if we're talking about short term. Now, maybe you're like a sophomore now and that changes everything. Right now we're talking, if you're a sophomore and you're trying to build up towards like an 800 for like junior year, then actually who cares about time management? Screw all this, just actually improve the reading itself. It's a whole different game now. So it depends on what your situation is. But assuming you're a junior, you need to get this out of the way. You're going to take the April school day or something. You're going to be done with this in like a month. You just need to improve your time management. Then yeah, just run this thought experiment and actually go back over your practice test and see which questions you could have actually sacrificed, in terms of to save that time, and then focus on the questions you can get right. Now, even if you have follow-up questions, you can just send that over to me, and I can follow up with you. But right now, I'm seeing good tactics. Good tactics is saying if in one if on one question, if in one, where's the subject? Have both semicolon period, and it's not semicolon list type, then both can be eliminated. Short answer is yes. Hang on, let me try to remind myself. Have I seen a question from the College Board on the digital SAT where that's not true? I think not yet. For paper SAT, you cannot just say that that's true, because there has been on the paper SATs, by the way, in real life writing, semicolons and periods are not the same thing, right? They're not the same thing. But in the SAT world, of teachers who are trying to teach kids who are at the 500 level and the 600 level and the 700 level and the 800 level, and they're just trying to say one thing to every student, right? In the SAT world, we just say semicolons are the same as periods. They're not. They actually have different functions. So if you are a 750 or above scorer, then actually I'm going to tell you the opposite of this. I'm going to tell you, no, semicolons are not the same as a period. You have to figure out what the fuck is going on, right? But if you're not really even in that range, yeah, fine. It's the same. Semicolons are the same as periods. Sure. If it's not on a list, it's the same. So yeah, it depends on how deep into the technicalities you want to get into, okay? But be aware that on the paper SAT and the old school SAT, the SAT has tested the difference between semicolon and period for independent clauses. /sentences /ideas, right? It has tested the difference before in the past, which is to say that it may come out again in the future. You never know. There's no guarantee that they're never going to test the difference between semicolons and periods, okay? But again, if you're not aiming above a 750, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's okay to get that one wrong. Yep, so it looks like no one else has questions, so back to good tactics. You see a question in your test. You saw a question on your test. You saw a question on your test this morning, structured in that way. How S plus V, huh? How S plus V? How would just be a no. It's probably how S plus V. V, right? How S plus V, V. I don't think it's how S plus V, S plus V. Okay. Which is, maybe I feel like it might be better if you actually, write an example sentence, because it might be that your analysis of the sentence structure is actually wrong. So if you can write it could just be, instead of writing words from the test, because, maybe you don't like the idea of sharing like the actual sentence, although it should be fine, honestly. But technically it's not fine, but it should be fine. But if you just paraphrase what you remember as a sentence structure, then I can tell you what the issue is. But right now I'm doubting your understanding of the sentence structure, because that doesn't make sense as a sentence structure, okay? So maybe your analysis itself is wrong. Ivan is saying the thing you're aiming for is 730. Grammar and bullet point. Okay. Time. Oof. Yeah. Well, hey, then Ivan, that basically means you need to that then my initial advice, that thought experiment that I was talking about, how many questions can you sacrifice? You really need to do that. I mean, that's like the main advice for you right now. I want you to go back. I mean, you can't obviously you can't review the SAT that you took this morning, but you can go back over your recent Blue Book practice test, the most recent one where you actually remember roughly how much time you spent on the questions, and try to find the questions that you spent, that it feels like you spent more than 2 minutes on those questions, right? Now, you probably, unless you wrote timestamps, right? You probably don't remember which questions you took more than 2 minutes on. But if you can find the questions that you feel like you spent more than 2 minutes on, and then make a list of all of them and figure out which ones you actually got right, which ones you weren't going to get right anyway, no matter what. Even if you spent 5 minutes, even if you spent 10 minutes, you're still not going to get it right. And then kind of the awkward ones where, if you spend like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, you could get it right. And it's kind of like, you need a little bit of luck on your side, kind of the ones in the middle, right? Like, make a list of which ones are which, and then commit to this. You are not going to get the really hard questions right. Sacrifice them. And you're not even going to get the awkward middle difficulty questions right either, at least not on the first pass through, okay? From questions 1 through 27, you're not going to get it right the first time on those questions, the awkwardly difficult ones. You're just going to make a guess, you're going to move on, you're going to come back, okay? So you got to do... I've talked about skipping the reading questions many times, so I'm just going to say this like really briefly now. If you have more specific follow-up questions, I can obviously keep following up on this idea, but at least the brief answer is I don't recommend, especially if you're here for actually improving your reading and you're actually improving your test taking, and instead of just like this one-off sort of like you're hoping for luck, okay? If you actually want to get better at reading and test taking on reading questions over the long term, then I actually don't recommend skipping those questions like right away. Okay, I still recommend reading it, predicting it, guessing, and then being like, damn, this is going to take me more than 2 minutes. Just make any guess for now. Don't omit. Just make any guess. Bookmark it. Skip. And you are only skipping after you've given it an initial read, an initial prediction, and an initial guess. Okay, then you move on, and then you come back. And the major benefit, so there's an immediate benefit and there's a long-term benefit. The immediate benefit is that what happens is you read it once, but you probably misunderstood something the first time. If you try to reread it right away, what happens is you just get stuck in your stupid hole. You're like, there's like something logically twisted in your head, and you're just gonna go in circles. It doesn't fix the problem. But if you stop thinking about it for like 10 minutes and you come back to it 10 minutes later, actually you can see it with fresh eyes. Okay, so that's an immediate benefit, that you get to read it twice on the same sitting. Okay, and on the second time you get to kind of like fix your misreading the first time because you gave yourself a 10-minute break in between to solve the writing questions. Okay, that's the immediate benefit. The long-term benefit is by doing this, you're going to learn to stop panicking during the test. That you can strategically decide, oh, this question is too hard for me right now. I need to move on. Okay, a lot of kids have trouble just moving on. They get attached. It's like, please, don't break up with me. What did I do wrong? I'll change, right? And then they spend 3 minutes on it, and then they spend 4 minutes on it, and then when they do that, they kind of ruin the rest of their test. Okay, so no, I do not recommend just altogether skipping it from the beginning. Although I know that my advice, it goes against the grain of other people's advice. So you have to. So the more important thing is figure out what works for you and figure out the reasoning behind these. Like a lot of times, the freaking advice on YouTube for the SAT is just like a bunch of other high schoolers. Like, figure out their reasoning. They don't usually. A lot of times they don't share their reasoning. They just tell you what to do and why it worked for them or whatever. Anyway, so figure out the reasoning. Good Tactics is saying, I mean, you could make up as how S plus V, how S plus V. The blank is noun, revealing noun. Okay, subject, verb, object, revealing. Oh, okay, that makes more sense actually. Yeah. I gave you a book revealing how. Wait, the teacher gifted me a book, comma, revealing how not all teachers are assholes. All right, sure. So yeah, that works as a grammatical sentence, but I'm not sure if that's the sentence you're actually referring to, but if that sounds like the sentence that was on the test, then you would just put a comma before revealing. Now, it depends on whether you're describing the book itself. If for example, my teacher gifted me a book revealing the secrets of how to be a better business person or something like that, then it is actually a book revealing the secrets, right? It's a book revealing the secrets. In that case, you don't have a comma, okay? Because the revealing is just directly modifying the book itself, okay? And it's necessary information for that book. It's not he gifted me a book, right? It's he gifted me a book revealing the secrets of how to be a better business person or whatever, right? So that is no comma. But if you put a comma, then it's like you're not describing the book, you're describing the entire idea. My teacher gave me a gift. He gave me a gift of a book. He gave me an amazing gift, comma, revealing how some teachers can really take care of their students or something like that, right? So that's two different situations, and sometimes you use a comma, sometimes you don't use a comma, depending on what you actually are trying to modify. Are you modifying the book, or are you just referring to the entire idea itself? If you're referring to the entire idea, you put the comma. If you're referring to that book itself, then you remove that comma. All right, I'm going to be here for 5 more minutes, so make sure to ask me any other questions that you have. If you are feeling shy, don't be shy. Just whatever, just chat. Right now, I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to briefly go through the Discord server, which I haven't really been able to catch up on the chats. So I'm going to quickly catch up on the chats real quick. It's been a while. Give me a sec. Oh, wait, there's not a lot of chat right now. Did I? Okay. Oh, there is, but I kind of ended up reading without reading. Let me just quickly skim. By the way, if you are here, just make sure to just be aware. I'm going to move over to my members only stream in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, actually, before I just scroll through Discord, I do want to do a quick update. I'm starting to get the sense that these weekly streams are maybe not as valuable, and they don't take me that much time compared to actually creating a video. Creating a video takes way more time. Doing these weekly streams don't take that much time. But to be honest, it's not clear to me that these streams are that valuable to people. So I am starting to think of changing what I do for YouTube. So if you have ideas on what you would want, I am quite busy. Like, I don't really have a lot of time to edit videos. I could quickly shoot them, but the editing is the problem. Yeah. So if you have ideas on what I could do instead of these streams, just let me know. You can let me know in chat. You can let me know on Discord. You can let me know in the comments. It doesn't really matter. I'll look at them. I'll think about this because I'm thinking of maybe. Yeah, I feel like these streams are not really it. I want to focus more on developing content, which are actually I want to make questions based on kind of basically an online course. I want to make an online course, but yeah, I'm just not sure. Also, for whatever reason, yeah, I'm just noticing people don't really. I'm not as hot as I used to be. People used to mention me on RSAT all the time without me having to market myself. I still don't market myself, but now people don't really mention me. So I'm wondering what the difference is compared to like a year ago, or like 3 years ago or whatever. But yeah, even just a year ago, like people would like specifically recommend my channel for SAT help, and it's not like YouTube's really making me money. It doesn't. But if I'm gonna build out a curriculum, it helps to. Okay, I'm thinking about too many things all at once right now, so let me just like tidy this up, okay? So basically, I'm doing a stream. I'm not sure whether I should keep doing the stream. Doesn't seem that valuable, although obviously you guys are the rare ones that come and ask me questions, so it's probably valuable to you. You're right. All right, so I'm doing the stream. I'm not sure it's that valuable. If you have ideas, let me know. Ivan is sharing this video, a survey, and then creating a video answering the questions from the survey. Oh, basically, I do like a comment, and then I do like a post, and then whoever comments, I answer those comments on the stream. I guess I could try that. I mean, I could try that. It's very easy to try that. So, thanks for the idea. I'll probably try that for the afternoon stream today. Yeah, but that's kind of the general issue that I'm kind of running into. Like, I'm not really sure what to do with my time. I feel like, with the 2.5, 3 hours that I spend on my Sundays, right, on the streams, I feel like I could probably use that better. Because I can't honestly suddenly take the 2 or 3 hours and turn that into 10 hours. I can't do that right now, just given my work. But if I just, yeah, like if I can take the 2 or 3 hours and do something with that, and if you have some ideas for that, just let me know. All right. And Good Tactics is saying, yeah, Discord is already helpful enough. So I also need to improve my Discord server. I've been having all these ideas for simplifying it and making it easier for newcomers. But I've just been pushing it off just because like YouTube and Discord, they literally make me no money. They make me not no money. They make me like $100 a year or something stupid. Like it doesn't. So I need it's hard for me to focus on YouTube and Discord because I'm not rich, right? I need to actually make money. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll think about it. Thanks for your ideas, though. Thanks for your comments. And obviously, as of now, I'm gonna keep. I'm not changing the stream schedule. Okay, I'm still doing my US 9 p.m. stream, and then my Asia, UK 9 a.m. stream, right? The Asia, depends on where you are in Asia, but I'm doing those two streams, so that's not changing for now, but it might change. And so if you have any feedback, your feedback might help me shape the next step. All right. So I'm gonna read through Discord in the next bit of this. So I'm gonna move over to the members only stream. If you want to support me as a member on YouTube, you can do that by joining my channel membership. Otherwise, you can still stay in touch with me by waiting for the stream next week at the same time, or just by chatting with the community in Discord. And I am usually active 5 days out of the week. In the Discord server, so I'll still respond to people and whatnot in the Discord server. Okay. All right. Until then, keep on learning, keep on growing. Thanks for the questions, guys. Peace.